Hi everybody, welcome to Raven Element. My name is Roses. If you're new here, thank you for checking out my channel. If you're returning, thank you for coming back and seeing me again. So, as always, my readings are usually collective. I don't read for sign specific. And generally, I channel when I read, so it's pretty much whatever comes out. Right now, I want to look and see what's coming up in the next few weeks for this new year. I want to kind of check out New Year energy right now. Just curious, like everybody else, what 2026 is going to bring here. So what energy do we have going into 2026? Let me also turn on my light here so we can get some light. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. So right away, 8 of Cups fell out, but not quite ready for that. What can we look forward to? 2026. We look forward to. What's the main energy going into the next 2 weeks? The Chariot. Okay. So the Chariot energy, just moving forward. Always mention on this one major arcana for Cancer. So an energy of going forward. Some of you might be buying a new vehicle during the new year. Or possibly needing to service a vehicle coming into the new year. This could also speak of celebrations that you're going to be doing, people that you're going to be hanging out with in the new year, because I'm kind of seeing like this celebratory energy. Like, it's not just someone being pulled here, right? It's someone like I'm seeing like pulled through a festival, or kind of like a welcoming home committee, if that means anything to anyone. It also could be that people are just very, family orientated during this time of the year, which is normal. Spending a lot of time with family, hanging out, wrapping up the end of the year, going into the beginning of the new year, talking about what you're going to be doing for the new year, talking about cards flying out over the place. Queen of Wands. So there could be some fiery energy in this. I'm getting like a feminine energy that could be trying to pick an argument, maybe potentially, or this could be you're just driving ahead with a sort of fiery passion into whatever you're going to be pursuing in 2026. And of course, it could be romance too. And then we have 7 of Cups here. So for some of you, it could be moving forward in several different directions, or you've already made obligations and plans for several different sectors or areas of your life, and you're going to be pursuing those with passion, is what I feel like. There's some sort of fire-water energy here. I also have to point out that I don't know what type of horse year it is, but I know that 2026 is going to be a year of the horse. I'm not sure what type of horse. I'd have to look that up. I'll look it up. But for some reason, I feel like it might be either fire horse or water horse. I'm hearing water horse, like Kelpie or something like that, which makes sense with this card coming out. It's like, here's what's leading us into 2026. And it's a very passionate, deep energy, but at the same time, potentially, I'm getting like a melding of energies or like a unification of opposites, because often the chariot's like a balance of the opposites. And also in this card, I'm seeing the red and the blue of fire, which is steam, which is condensation, humidity. It could be pressure building up for the things that you have to do in this coming year, if that makes sense. Try out these little steampunk minis here. Let's elaborate a little bit more. What are people working on? Were they focused on? Were they going toward? This Two of Wands sort of fell out. I'm not taking reversals today. I generally don't take reversals, guys. So it's like a planning phase. It's like a planning phase and moving forward. Some of you have absolutely no idea what you're going to be moving forward to do. I kind of feel like that myself. I try not to make New Year's resolutions. If I do, it's usually like I'm planning on getting healthier again. For me, my diet and exercise routine has been slacking, and I'm definitely feeling it health-wise. So for some of you, that's always like a popular thing, right? Definitely towards the beginning of the new year, everybody wants to start working on the diet and exercise. So you could definitely be on that train like the rest of us. What else? Phil, I'm not going to take it. For me, if cards fall off the table, then figure they don't want to be here. Temperance. So again, a melding of opposites. I feel like people are potentially hamstrung between two things. It's like, do I go to school or do I get a job? For certain young people, or it's like, am I going to be doing both of these things? And again, it's still this fire-water energy, because Two of Wands energy is Aries energy, just like the Queen of Wands as well, Leo, Sagittarius, right? Then we've got Temperance, which some people say is Sagittarius, which could also be fire. But for me, I've always seen it as more of a water, like for some reason, and I know this isn't water, but like Aquarius or Virgo almost for me too at the same time is the energy I get from Temperance, especially with the wings here. It reminds me of mercurial energy. So some of you might be waiting on a message for someone and you're not sure how it's going to play out, or how your plans might adapt accordingly depending on the circumstances around you, how things move forward. Who and who are not going to be, like who's going to be there, who's not going to be there at some sort of celebration or get together. Maybe you're entering in some type of, I'm getting like workout routine with a friend or something like that. But again, I keep seeing these sky energies, but with also these red light clouds in it. So it's a lot of like steam. And then also the fact that these are like steampunk cards too. So steam, the word steam could be like the game. Obviously that's what I think of because I'm a gamer when I think of steam, but I keep hearing steam. And like, so steam can be a lot of things, like building up pressure, building up steam. It could be games. It could be some sort of cloudy confusion that you're coming out of, or some type of energy where you're like unveiling. What's going on here? What's up with the steam? What's up with the steam energy? The steam energy, please. The Hierophant. Hierophant. And to me, and this one is very grandfatherly energy. He's sitting here with a stack of books with some kids. And the keys are on the ground, like the traditional keys, but it's like one of learning. So again, I feel like somebody might be going back to school, learning, taking some kind of class. Or maybe potentially you're entering it in some type of mentorship, but you don't realize it at the beginning of the year, and it's just something you kind of find your way into. Some of you might be graduating early. Some people do graduate early in the beginning of January, right? Graduating college or graduating some type of course, some type of certification, or you're going to be going into that. It could have something to do with maybe geology or biology, potentially, with the water and the steam. With the Hierophant energy, we've got a lot of majors here. So we've got the Chariot, we've got the Hierophant, we've got Temperance as our main energies, and then our background energies here are kind of Two of Wands, Queen of Wands, and then this odd Seven of Cups. What's the Seven of Cups? That's what I'm... Page of Cups. It kind of looks like Jack White in this depiction. I don't know why. Again, by the ocean. Page of Cups. I mean, it makes sense. So if we're talking about anything other than a like work-related reading, maybe potentially some of you are going towards a new relationship, but you're kind of sifting out your options right now. Like, do I choose this person? Do I choose that one? Who do I pursue? And then it's kind of like now you're moving forward and there's no looking back. It's like, so we're like in some kind of transitory period where it's like you're making options, seeing your options, making decisions, moving forward. And this relationship could have started off as some kind of like friend or mentor or something like that, is what I'm seeing with this, right? But there's been like a melding of energies, and so there's always been this lingering energy of something more here that you're kind of waiting on, that you're like holding on to with the Two of the Wands here. Also, I feel like a lot of Sagittarius energy here too, because in the Two of Wands, he's holding the World card. And there might be some kind of movement on that on the forefront coming out, like some sort of small offering that's coming up. And we have the Devil and Nine of Wands. Okay, but previously, I'm hearing what the people have been on the fence about. And again, look, even this fire water energy, I've never noticed that, I guess, until now in this deck, where she's standing on the wands, but in the ocean, but creating some type of like fiery defense around herself. And this reminds me of this right here. So I just heard like playing with fire, especially with also with the Devil, like it's like playing with fire, like someone is like moving this relationship forward out of where it currently is and to a more flirty side, a more flirty type of energy with this small little offering, because it's kind of like someone's probing. That sounds very dirty, but And this is our fourth major arcana here too, with the devil coming over the Queen of Wands. And then we have 9 of Wands falling directly over the Chariot position. Here is where I wanted to put it. So like someone's moving forward, but they definitely have walls up. They've been there very defensive. That's what's kept them from moving forward any quicker. It's kind of like some kind of nudge pushed this person over the edge recently that was like, okay, well, I guess I have to make a decision here one way or another. And I feel like this person could possibly have some sort of potential here. Do you have to cover up the devil card in that? There is nudity. I did not realize that until now. I generally don't pay attention to it. And for that to fall over, it's like there is a feminine here who is very tempting to someone. But at the same time, this person is generally very grounded. They're not going to be knocked off their feet from everything, from anyone. They've built up a wall. This person is going to have to break down the barriers of this wall to actually come through here. But I feel like they are coming through. They have made a decision. It's taken them a while, and they're going to kind of like reach their hand up over the wall with this cup and be like, and there's also this type energy. And because they felt like it was a good match here. But there's also some sort of lesson to be learned here as well. But it's like a lesson in stability. It's like this person would not even consider entertaining this unless they knew that there was stability involved, because they have to keep up a certain level of appearance behind their wall is what I'm hearing. Wow, okay. It's like, so then I'm getting a question here, like, is the wall to keep you in, to hide your emotions, or is the wall to keep other people who are outside from coming in, or is it vice versa, or is it both? And because we have so much water here, there's definitely like emotions being held back is what I'm feeling. So it's like this person is literally holding back emotions. But there's some sort of chink in the armor, like crack in the armor. I guess you could say there's some sort of crack in the armor that's making this person want to change their mind. Nine of Swords, yeah. And they're moving forward. They're like moving forward, but at the same time, it's like they're closing their eyes and just putting out that cup. Because something is pulling them ahead. And this temptation is too much to resist. And they're wondering if it's going to tear down their whole entire structure that they've built. Virgo energy. With King of Swords energy, Knight of Swords energy. So here comes the air energy to the whole play here. And what I'm getting from this is clarity, right? Because normally he's sitting in the clouds here, even the Queen of Swords, even though she's not out. They're both sitting in the clouds and they're coming through clouds. So it's like, to me, always these cards, the court cards with the swords energy, it's not only like rushing in, but it's like cutting through, making clarity, right? So all this steam, cloudiness, wall, like possibly misconceptions or preconceptions are being cut through, and now we have this air energy that just kind of levels everything out here. And they close their eyes and they rush in and they're like, I'm here with the truth. Here's the truth. So someone has broken someone down enough to finally get the truth out of them. But it's not like they're deceptive, but it's like the mask has fallen off. What they don't normally show people has fallen off. has somehow gotten through to this person, because it's like either you taught them something or you learn something from each other during this whole experience, is the Hierophant energy. But it's also a stable energy, so it's like you feel safe enough to do it, but you're still confused. Why was there confusion? Like, why? That's what I don't understand, is not showing me. The Magician. The Magician, with what to me looks like the depiction of Anton LaVey in this. Because you weren't sure if there were external factors outside of this. Like, is this person manifesting you and they're going to stab you in the back? Or is there some sort of spell work at play here? Because the level of attraction doesn't seem logical, or it doesn't seem reasonable, or there's just something so different about it. It's like there's a question about the validity, because these little ones will just fall out like crazy. What else? Eight of Wands kind of flew in, like, because someone might have been telling you that someone might have told them, I think there's something else going on here. Or, hey, I think there's something more going on with that person, and they listen to that person, but they listen to that person wrongly. They should have listened to their inner voice instead of listening to anything outside of what was going on. So it's kind of like this, speculatory energy here, where it's like you've launched a full-scale invasion, like detective energy, and now you've realized that this person really wasn't out to get you. They weren't doing any kind of spell work. They weren't doing any kind of like altering of any kind, is what I'm hearing, which is a weird way to put it. As if these two people, one of them is potentially so strong they could alter things around them, which is an interesting concept in and of itself. But and so now there's this message, and this message is falling directly over the King of Swords. And it might be a small message, but at the same time, the message is coming through. And now I'm getting so much channeling that it's like messages on top of messages that I can't even get out one message before another message is sliding in underneath of it, because what I was going to say is now out the door, because I just am seeing this heart, which is also a spade, on his sleeve, and I was thinking this person is wearing their heart on their sleeve, and that's why they protect themselves, is because they know that they can be a person that has a lot of emotions, right? But those emotions have been used against them in the past. So now, fast forward to how they are as a person now, it's not that they don't feel a lot, like the Cancer energy, it's just they don't share what they feel. There's a wall behind it. And so for them to even open up to you is like a big step for them, because it's heart to them. See, the heart is facing them. If it's this way, how they're looking down their sleeve, it looks like a heart to them, but to everybody else it's a spade, which is sword energy. So it's like a level of live by the sword, die by the sword, sort of your worst own enemy kind of type of wear your heart on your sleeve. But then because you do that, you also have to protect yourself, because too many people will take advantage of you when you're that type of person. So especially if there was an inkling of anyone even mentioning to them that they may have been party to being taken advantage of, so they're very wary of that, just from past circumstances. And there's a certain level of like commitment or appearance that they have to keep up behind their walls here. And even though they have these magnificent wings and can fly over the wall if they want, it takes a lot for them to let you in. And you've done something to this person that makes them want to open the door. So like you have the key to this person's heart or to their mind. But also a certain level of occult wisdom. 8 of Cups, King of Wands, and I feel like this is just enough energy now into the mixture here that I've already really gotten the whole message here. And in this one we've got the square root of infinity, which is interesting, a whole bunch of math here laid out on these 8 of Cups. And I feel like this person is sad from walking away from that energy initially because they really do have a lot of passion for you. And once that door opens, like they know that like once the floodgate opens, that's it for them. Like there's really going to be no holding back, and you can't change or put up that mask anymore once someone sees behind it. But what I feel like, to be honest, is that even though this person, quote unquote, put out a lot of smoke to where you couldn't see them or put on this mask, it's like this person already can see right through them. They just don't realize it. And that's the sort of baffling thing to this too, is the fact that you could see right through them. And so then they realize that it's pointless to really have had a mask or a wall or any kind of preconception about you, because you're clearly different in the way that you manifest things, in the way that you put things together. They're used to dealing with people that are very logical, that they can wear this mask around. And you are very brilliant, almost like genius level, but at the same time, like you have psychic or occult wisdom and gifts as well. So it's like the whole package here. So this person, if this sounds like this is your story, this person will be coming forward into 2026. That's the energy that's bringing us into 2026. This small little offering of energy that's going to like cut through all the confusion and really solidify the foundation of moving forward here. And I feel like you still may have to be patient with this person and take it slowly, but it's like moving forward. There's going to be messages about moving forward. Yeah. So hopefully that helped you guys. If not, you can check out some of my other readings. I should hopefully be doing more next weekend. I try to stick on that schedule, although lately I think it's been more like every 2 weeks because I get pretty bogged down with just all the things that I have going on. But thank you guys again for joining me here on Raven Element. Have a great rest of your day. And don't forget to like and subscribe.